I'll return. I won't regret the choice I made. I will change this world as we know it. Even if the hidden truth I find is harsh, it's self-centered disaster. The world is full of wrath and hate. I will tame all the sins that flood it.
What's up, people? Welcome. I was about to scream. It. Welcome back. Ooh, I was about to blow everybody's eardrums to episode 18 of Xenoblade Chronicles X. Woo, we're back. Hey. So I've stopped this playthrough for a while because I've been wanting to wait for the Switch 2 to release. Because I want to play the game in 60 frames and, you know, whatever update they add. But I can't stay away. I want to play this game more, and the Switch 2 is still a week away at the time I'm recording this video. And I know a week isn't that long, but dude, I'm itching for some Xenoblade X. And I've been logging on and like playing on my own time, like doing side quests and stuff. As you can see, we got a different fit. This is the fit that I said I didn't like when I first saw it, but for some reason I like it now. So we're dripped out. We got Liesel in the last episode, so Liesel's still with us. And we got the Hresveld Skell. As you can see, we have 4 skulls now. I don't remember if I already had 4 in the last episode or not, but we have 4, 1 for each party member. I don't know why these 2 are kissing, but I got 2 Hresvelds now, and mine is crimson red because I just like it like that. And we're gonna do some affinity quests this episode. So we are still on the Switch 1 version. We are not on the Switch 2. We are still 30 frames per second. But I figured, you know what? What's 1 or 2 more episodes, bro? Like, I really just want to play the game again, regardless of the frame rate. And you know, even though it's going to be so nice to finally play Xenoblade games in 60 FPS, and it's going to be so nice to finally play Xenoblade games with high-res textures and better graphics, right? And just running better in general, that's never what I've loved the series for. I've played it. I first fell in love with this series playing Xenoblade 1 on the Wii. And that game runs like a piece of poop. Every time you pop Monado Buster, the game started chugging frame rate wise. So I'm not too worried about that. I did want to try to record most of this playthrough on Switch 2, but you know, who's gonna stop me? Who's gonna stop me from doing more episodes on the Switch 1? Because I just can't stay away. It was easier. Sorry, we're gonna start this soon. We're gonna start with the Mad Monk because it's the lowest level affinity quest we have next. There is another game that I've been playing, and it is Clair Obscur. I'm sure you guys have heard of it. Who hasn't heard of it? And that game was kind of like keeping me from playing Xenoblade. Like every time I would want to hop on this game, I'm like, no, I have to beat Clair Obscur. I have to beat that game first because it's new, and I need to wait on Xenoblade anyways for the update. But now that I beat Clair Obscur, it's so hard for me to not get back on Xenoblade. So, long story short, I couldn't stay away. Here we are. Mad Monk Affinity Quest. Let's start it. I'm assuming because it's like...
Are you the one they paired me with?
The name of a person, we're getting a team member here?
You have the look at least. But what about
Is it
inside?
this guy?
Does your heart burn with a flame hot enough to forge a true
Oh,
blade?
God. Okay, Rengoku. Yes, my heart burns with the fire of a blade operative.
Your eyes tell 1,000 tales that no words can match. Finally, the fates have delivered to me a partner worthy of my trust.
Oh.
Forgive me. I am Bose Lowe's, proud
Bose.
member of the Harriers. I will be a partner on this job. But please, call me Sensei.
I will not.
Do you know this term?
You ain't teach.
It's what some Eastern cultures used to call teachers and wise men back on Earth.
Hey, Xenoblade 3, never forget. That's Big Teach. Ain't nobody my teach besides Teach. Yeah, tell me. Tell me about Japan.
Ah, a kindred spirit, I see. I used to travel in such places collecting antiquities, Buddha carvings and the like. Oh, and bonsai trees. Just looking at them is enough to soothe the most wounded of souls. Pray tell, what is it about the East that draws your... No, belay that. If we start down this path, we'll be talking until dawn. Let us focus on the mission. A few days ago, group of blades left the city to hunt some indigents. And they've not been heard from since.
Alright, let's go get him.
Our job is to track them down. If we also happen to take care of the indigents along the way, so much the better. Rest easy, my friend. Sensei will show you what it means to be a true Harrier. The day is young, and victory is in the air. We ride!
Alright, we ride. Oh. I guess we did it already? Head to the administrative cheesecake. Oh, that was a mission for accepting this mission. Okay. Okay, yeah, he is part of the group. Yeah, we're gonna get rid of Gwyn. And I might go give Bose Gwyn's, skull for now. Okay. Let's go ahead and get him hooked up with a skull. So we can start this mission. So I've been thinking a lot lately about how Xenoblade is my favorite series. No comp, right? Like, no other series even comes close for me. I have, like, other series that are my favorite, like, but the stuff in second place and third place is so far down from first place. And so naturally, because it's my favorite series and I love these games so much and I genuinely think they're really good, we gotta give this to Bose. Naturally, I want to share that with other people because, I think it's worth it. I think it's so worth it to invest into the series because it's so good and there's such good stories here and such fun gameplay and such good exploration. But a lot of times when I try to get my friends to play Xenoblade, it's difficult because if they're not already interested, then why would they want to spend $60, because these games don't go on sale, for a game that they're not even interested in, really, you know? So I don't blame them. And it sucks because, again, I love these games and I really want other people to experience them and, like, have conversations about them. But, again, I understand, I understand not being interested in the game, even if it's the best game ever, right? Like, even if it's factually the best game ever, I understand not being interested because that's how I am with a lot of games. A lot of games that are, like, considered some of the best games of all time. And even I don't discount that, right? Like God of War 2017 or Breath of the Wild, or The Last of Us. There's a lot of games that are considered some of the best of all time, and I acknowledge are some of the best of all time, but I'm just not interested in. I tried God of War 2017, wasn't really interested. I haven't tried The Last of Us. I've watched it multiple times, but, like, you know, just not interested. So I get it. And same with Breath of the Wild. I played a lot of Breath of the Wild. It wasn't for me. But again, I can acknowledge that these games are incredible 10 out of 10s. So, like, sometimes I gotta remind myself that even though these games are amazing, these Xenoblade games, and I want to share them with people, it doesn't always mean that that's their thing and that they'll be able to enjoy it the same way, right? And it sucks because I just think some of the stories are so good and the characters, and I want to have conversations about this stuff. But like I said, God of War 2017 is one of the best games ever made, and that game just wasn't really for me. So, you know, sometimes you just gotta accept that and move on.
Newcomer. Your skills are matched only by your impressive guts. Huh? A Xeno?
Oh. Oh no! It's a little dude.
You all are humans, right? Please help me.
Well, we're technically...
I ran into trouble and
whatever.
hurt myself. My legs don't really work right now, you know? So if any creatures show up, I'm a goner.
That's a real shame. But I fear our own people must come before you.
Wow.
I'll not waste precious time on a Xeno.
Whoa.
What? Please wait, okay? Aren't Manon and humans friends?
Friends. Humans have no Xeno friends. Humans
What?
need
Hey, I'm
no
not with
Xeno
this guy.
friends.
I'm not with this guy. I'm
Come.
sorry.
Let us tarry with this degenerate beast no longer.
I'm sorry for him. Ignore them when I'm on, move on, insist you... Yeah, what?
Fine. But make it fast. And know that while I think this is folly, arguing would just waste more precious time.
Oh, really? Well, there should be some lunaria flowers growing nearby, you know? Can you maybe bring me some? I should be able to use them with the healing device I built to get my legs working again. Please find me those lunaria flowers.
That's cool, they actually showed it. They didn't need to do that. That's a interesting little detail, an extra model they modeled out. Oh, do I already have whatever we need? I think I do. Oh, my bad. I'm in my whole scale. But yeah, it's just interesting. I think about that a lot. Like, sometimes I think about some of my friends and I'm like, bro, I feel like they would love this series and, like, the story and the way it connects and all the games and stuff. But then I gotta remember,
Any luck?
not everything is for everyone, even if it's amazing. And that's the thing I always go back to. When I think about that, and I'm like, bro, how could you not love these games? Like I said, I think about God of War, I think about Last of Us, I think about Tears of the Kingdom, and I'm like, okay, if the way I feel about those games is how they feel about Xenoblade, I get it. I get it. And plus, I'm no stranger to this series being hard to get into. One, it's hard to dedicate 100 hours for each game, and it's like 3 to 6 games if you're counting the DLCs. It's a lot of playtime. Not that the DLCs are 100 hours just for the story, but like, it's a lot of playtime you have to invest.
Ooh, that's them.
Plus, with everything being so expensive right now,
I hope.
honestly, $60 is not something you should be throwing around willy-nilly.
And I promise to pay you back.
You can pay us back by slamming shut that gob of yours and getting out of here.
Jesus.
We too must leave. Blades await us further in, and we've wasted more than enough time here.
He's worse than HB. I might got one of the worst parties right now. Luckily, Lizel is hard carrying. Because, oh, yeah, I'm good off that. I'm gonna go ahead and, this is risky, because these things could probably blow my skull up in one hit. But, screw it. I think it'll get us through the fastest. I love how this was a level 20 quest, but they bring us through a level 40 area. Like, bro, please. That's not good. The cutscene didn't start. I feel like I've been in this cave before, and I thought I got this same scale wreckage. But maybe I'm tripping. I must be tripping, because obviously it's still there.
Wait, don't eat me. I taste terrible. Oh, please let this all be some kind of bad dream. Huh? Did you come here to save me?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, thank you. Those things ate everyone else, and I was sure I was next.
So you ran off in a blind panic? What happened to centering yourself, Reggie?
Sensei, what are you doing here? You were off on a mission.
You think some patrol job is more important than coming to my students' rescue? I secured powerful backup and came running. Now get a grip, son.
Right. Thank you, sir.
You're in for a hell of a dressing down later. For now, let's finish this.
They weren't far behind me. Please, just kill them so we can all go back to New LA alive.
Leave it to us. We'll show these monsters
His voice reminds
what
me of
true
Zach
warriors
Aguilar.
can do.
On some Tanjiro energy.
You're just nasty.
Oh.
Let's impair them as a little war.
Hello. I should probably be playing as Moza or Boza to see what his gameplay's like, but I totally forgot. And it's been so long since I played that I just wanted to be my MC anyways. I miss spamming Tornado Blade. This is a game. This is a video game. Yeah, let's do actually something cool. Oh, are there more spawning? That is no bueno. Bop, bop. Oh my gosh, I forgot how much damage Incendiary Edge does. Oh yeah, reinforcements, there's definitely more coming in. I could probably hop in my Skell real quick, but I'm gonna ground it. slash. Bow, 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 now. I forgot to do an aura first. It makes the spin attack stronger. Oh, I'm out of spin attack. Oh, what? No. This game knows. Every time I take my hand off the controller or I go to scratch my arm or something, one of the button challenges pops up. How do they know? What the heck? Okay, we're gonna go ahead and bada boom. Oh.
Not enough to make me break a sweat.
Yeah, we definitely need that power. Oh, there's more? Bro, we're running out of time! I just realized there's a timer up there. Why did it stop the battle? Oh, or did we just have to survive that long? I thought we had to kill a certain amount in that time. I was about to start tripping. Okay. Will we just win then? Oh, there's more. Wait, I'm confused. Okay, no, this is the second part of the fight. Okay. Now we can overdrive. And we'll go ahead and boom. Oh. The overdrive is too powerful to last between waves like this.
Ready to move on your command.
Since we're gonna be sitting here fighting for a while, I'm gonna go ahead and change something real quick. Alright. I turned the game audio down a bit. So you can hear me talk more for the next minute and a half while we are beating these guys up. But yeah, do you guys have anything like that where you have like a favorite game or a favorite show, and so you want to share it with your homies, but like you just gotta realize it might not be for them, like even if they don't try it out, even because like I said, $60 is a steep challenge. Although I am thinking once if they drop 60 FPS, like Switch 2 versions of all the Xenoblade games, which, oh, dude, I pray they do. I pray they do, please. It would be really cool to go back and play them all, and like, that'd be like the perfect time to try to introduce new people to the series, because, honestly, there's 6 games in this series, if I count the DLC, because they're practically games on their own. You have Xenoblade 1, well 7 games. You have Xenoblade 1, Future Connected, Xenoblade 2, Torn of the Golden Country, Xenoblade 3, Future Redeemed, and Xenoblade X. All on one console. All on one console. Monolith Soft, the gods that you are. So, honestly, there's so many places to jump in. Now, if you ask me, you really should only be starting with either 1 or 2. Maybe X. But I feel like starting with X is going to give you the wrong impression. And then when you go to 1 or 2 after X, it's going to be like, what? If you ask me, the best way to play them, honestly, is just in order. 1, then Future Connected, which you could probably skip, to be honest. 2, then Torna. 3, then Future Redeemed. Then X. But what's more important is just getting people into the series in general.
It's finished.
So if they want to start with X, shoot, start with
sorry.
X.
I couldn't put any of what you taught me into practice.
What a
You
crybaby.
always said never to betray my team. But I ran. I left them to die. It's over. I'm leaving Blade. I never should have joined in the first place.
I feel like I haven't heard this song before. Is this a new one?
Like me will never be the sort of warrior you taught us about.
It's a fine thing to reflect on our weaknesses from time to time. Wouldn't you agree?
Man, don't be asking me. A coward like Reggie endangers everyone. He will regret quitting. Yeah.
That's kind of you. But that sort of kindness usually winds up hurting people. If a guy like me keeps trying, it will only put more people in danger.
I see. Gods!
Oh my
Turn
god.
your comrades' deaths into an excuse to flee. Grow up and face the truth, son. You're just afraid because some monster nearly ate you alive. But look past that. Think on the future. Do we whimper and die, or do we find the life hold and reclaim what we have lost?
Sensei?
You're better than this. Now stand still so I can knock some guts into you. You can carry this weight, son.
Yeah, you tell him. He kind of needs to be hit. Is that crazy to say? But I don't know. This don't seem right, but I'm gonna watch.
Now answer me. Are you the sort of man to end it like a dog? Well, are you?
How many years has it been since I was a student at the academy? And yet you came all this way for me. I'm undeserving. And yet you treat me like your own family. You're an inspiration, Sensei. When you put it like that, you know I can't run away.
Damn right you can't. Now get your butt back to New LA. Train like you've never trained before. And show the Harriers what you're made of.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Sorry to make you see that. Still, he's got a heart like a gong, that one. Strike it firm, and it rings true. A shame. Hopefully my mighty cry will someday stir your soul. Well, no sense lingering here now that the job's done. Let's get moving.
Hold on!
What the heck?
Who's
Oh,
there?
It's me! The Manon you saved. Remember?
Ah, the Xenome. I see your legs are once again in working order.
All thanks to you, right? Which is why I brought you this.
little dude. He's the most
What is
racist person I've
Some
met.
kind of transmitter?
A very powerful one, yes? One click and any spatial distortions in the area are fixed, you see?
Sounds bizarre. I have no need for such trinkets. All a blade needs is a well-honed heart and a body to house it. We humans.
Can you please just take it? Maybe call it a good luck charm or something? Right then. I'll just be going, okay?
I do not understand those Manon at all. Come. Eleonora will be waiting for our report. Stay sharp on the road home. Danger always comes just when you start to relax.
Racism is crazy stuff, huh? Alright. Thank you, Bose, for... Thanks. Let's go ahead and get back and end this short little affinity quest and start on the next one. I like that they're short, though. I like that we can fit 2 of these into 1 episode. It's better than padding them out with garbage. It really is like the hero quests in Xenoblade 3. They're very, like, quick and to the point. In a good way, in my opinion. But also, I've seen a lot of people that don't like that. I have a friend, specifically, that played Xenoblade 3 that was not a huge fan of how, like, quick and out of the way a lot of the hero quests were. Where it's just like, oh, yep, you do this, you kill Mobius, you're done.
Not half bad.
I
Thanks to
like
the fine
that.
partner
I feel like the
he's got
gameplay
for
flow
me.
was so
With his
fast-paced
help,
in
we
3.
got Reggie home safe and sound.
Am I hearing things?
I feel like there was so much content, but you didn't have to
home in
linger too
tears.
hard on any one thing.
They usually get a little overwhelmed from all the lectures.
Brag.
I see potential in this one. That said, there's still much work to do. If we'd met at the academy, I could have trained you from the ground up. What a shame.
No.
But perhaps it's not
Yep,
too
they play
late.
us at the end of every Affinity
Why
quest.
don't we keep working together? I can help make you one of the true Blade elites. Well, what say you?
Sure.
Your answer pleases me. In truth, I'd have taught you anyway. This just
Oh
saves
my
me
God.
trouble. Now, Let us start again as master and pupil. I am Bose Lowe's.
You're racist.
People call me the Harrier Hammer. For my fists pound any deviation straight.
I mean, hey, I don't think we're gonna play as him. Shout out to him, I guess. Shout out to racism. A segment in the commercial district has opened. Alright. I believe the next quest we have to do is Close Comrades. Yes, that is the one. How do I... There we go. That was cool. Shout out to Bose. He's a partisan eagle, it looks like, class-wise. I don't think we're going to be getting a new character from this next one. Because it looks like it's about Doug and Lau. So this is probably just going to be about their friendship or something. Let's find out.
Colonel, you haven't seen Lau around, have you?
Oh, I forgot I have the helmet
Not
on him.
recently, no.
Did you two have plans?
Not plans, so much as a mission we were supposed to handle together.
And he stood you up? Ah, that's so tacky.
Can't really argue with that. Still, I'm sure he had his reasons, so try not to be too harsh on him, alright?
Wait, what? Why are you defending the guy who stood you up?
Another fair point.
You are such a weirdo. What's the deal? Why are you so protective of Lau anyway?
We go way back. We were in the same unit before serving under the Colonel.
Wow, that long?
Yep. I was a scout. He was a sniper. We fought all over the world before the coalition government formed.
Man, I bet there are some stories there.
Yeah. Not sure I want anyone hearing them.
Hey, Elma, what do you think? Maybe we can help Doug out since Lau was a no-show?
I certainly don't mind. Is it something we could manage?
Oh, well, sure. It's nothing that requires a Pathfinder specifically. If you all want to help, I'd gladly take it.
Okay then, Tatsu on the case. Doug can rest easy.
Thanks, Tatsu. Not us. Tatsu.
That's reassuring.
We're heading to Noctilum?
Right. 3 days ago, we started picking up scattered UM responses in the area. These are the spots. Problem is, we can't run our usual analysis through Frontier Nav.
So you want us to go check them out in person?
Exactly. If you can take these 3, my team will handle the others.
Sounds like a piece of cake.
We'll get in touch once we've gathered the data.
That'll be perfect, thanks. HQ is offering a reward, of course. But either way, drinks are on me once you're done. Are you kidding? Of course I do. Just leave it to me.
We'll be looking forward to it.
Yeah! Alright, so we're going to Noctilum. Where's my scale? Oh, I forgot we ran over here. This game has opened up so much to me ever since we got our scale, obviously. That episode was incredible. And it's made the open world so much huger. It honestly genuinely changes the game. In a big way. Like, it changes the entire way you explore the world completely. And I don't just mean because you're in a robot. We went over this a lot in the episode when I got the scale, but, like, it truly makes everything so different. And you can't even fly yet. And so now that I've played about 10 to 20 hours with the scale, I'm really ready to get the flight. I want the flight so bad. But I know most RPGs most RPGs that have flight or have airships, it's not something you get until like very late in the game, if not after you beat it, like post game. So on one hand, I like the slow burn and I like playing the game and I like getting more little by little. And I did just get a scale pretty much, so I shouldn't be complaining. But I want the flight now, man. I'm trying to start flying over stuff, you know? And maybe it's because I have this skill that can glide, kind of. So I've actually gotten to a couple areas that I don't even know if I was supposed to be able to reach yet because of their Resvelg's ability to glide a lot further than a normal scale. But also, like, I don't know. I'm loving this game, but as usual, as I say a lot, not as much as I love 1, 2, or 3. I don't know why my scale didn't jump there. Let's just fast travel. And so it's making me really want to hurry up and get to more story stuff, especially the post-game, because apparently there's, like, connections to Xenoblade 3 and Future Redeemed. So I really want to get to that. But 2 problems. 1, that's still a long ways off because this game has so much to it. And 2, I refuse to beat this game without being done with all the affinity missions. So, number 1 order of business, because I know there's like 50 or more affinity missions, is to stop lacking on them. I need to start pumping out these videos
Seems the UM
where we're
response is coming
doing
from
these
this plant.
missions.
The data collection's finished. I'll upload it to Frontier Nav.
All right, let's head to the next spot.
Right.
Because when I looked up how many affinity missions there were total, I believe it was something like 50. It was like 51 or 53 or something like that. So that would mean if we're getting 2 done an episode, then we'd need to do about 25 episodes, give or take, right? Dude, I'm sorry. I know we have a mission that we're currently doing, but I literally cannot resist these guys with these quest markers above them. It is a problem. I don't know if it's for a quest to get an item they drop, or if it's for just killing them in general, but like, I need to get this off my screen. Oh yeah, they dropped something we need. Oh, only 1 more? See, this is the problem. It's a problem and a good thing. I get stuck in the loop of the gameplay of these games so easily. But yeah, I'm just getting impatient because I really want to see the story stuff already, and like the connection to Xenoblade 3. Because if I remember from that trailer, there's some Skell that looks like Ouroboros.
That was passable.
And like it has something to do with the antimatter bombs or something. And it had a sword that kind of looked like the sword of the end. Like, there's so much going on that I want to know about. And because it's a remake, there's not going to be anything about that until the post game.
Okay, we're done analyzing this one too. I'll put it up on Frontier Nav.
Just 1 to go.
Let's knock it out.
Also, hey, I shouldn't say this, but clearly I'm very biased towards Xenoblade 1, 2, and 3 compared to this game. And again, I love this game, but I'm beginning to think that all the people who were saying that this game is the best game in the series were just riding off of the fact that it was stuck on the Wii U and a lot of people hadn't played it because a lot of people didn't have Wii U's. Because, I'm gonna be honest, I'm like, what, 70 hours in? And I do love it, and I do think it's amazing. This game is not better than 1, 2, and 3. I'm so sorry. It is not better than 1, 2, and 3. But, then again, I guess that is strictly a matter of opinion because is that a level 40 after us? No. I clearly really, really love the more focused story of 1, 2, and 3 compared to the open kind of story in this game. It's also the reason I didn't love Breath of the Wild.
Frontier Nav confirmed. That's
I
the
want a
last
lot
of
more
them.
focus
Good
in my
work.
games, you know?
I'll let Doug know.
That you, Elma? Sorry, I'm audio only. We're kind of in the middle of something here.
Are you in combat? We'll be right there.
Nah, nothing you need to worry about. We got it under control.
I mean, he sounds chill.
Alright, listen. If you really want to help, you can pick up my last data collection point.
Doug is the nonchalant final boss.
Fair enough. But
but you better be careful.
Ah, the aliens just rip it off my arm. No biggie.
I want a drink too. What? There's a cafe that makes really good cocoa. Very expensive.
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, I can make that happen. Alright, see you when we're done.
Is that a tongue coming out of
You
Tatsu's
think they'll be
backpack?
okay?
And
I'm
like
sure
a
he'll be
eyes and
fine.
mouth?
Doug is a man of his word. Guys like him always fight harder when they've got a promise to keep.
Sounds like the opposite of Lau, huh? That guy never keeps a promise.
Yeah, no kidding. All right, let's go hold up our end of the bargain. Time to earn that cocoa.
Yeah, I prefer my games to have more focus, but also on the other end of the spectrum, I love games like this, don't get me wrong. I'm just giving some opinions, but doesn't mean I hate the stuff that I don't like as much as other things. More focused experiences like FF7 Remake, and games like that are a little more linear and have a lot more focus aren't my favorite. I think the reason Xenoblade is my favorite series is because I love the blend of open world, like not full open world necessarily like X, but just huge open areas like in 1, 2, and 3, mixed with a focused story where you can go explore a bunch, but the story isn't going to necessarily take you to all those places.
Many indigents kicking around here?
No, definitely not. I wonder if the plant is drawing them somehow.
Huh. It's like a pomegranate. Alien
I'll
pomegranate.
start the analysis.
But yeah, I think that's why I also really love games like
And that's
Final
that.
Fantasy
We're
15,
good.
even though everybody hates on that game.
We may have finished the data
It's very Xenoblade-like, where
but it looks like the mission isn't
you
over
have a
just
huge
yet.
open world and the story is just happening in it.
You don't suppose
You
Doug's
know?
team...
Yeah, they may be dealing with the same problem.
Bring on nasty critters. Friends will teach them all a lesson.
You can
Heck
help
yeah.
out any time, you know.
Alright, let's Tatsu them. Oh, we're already in our scale. Perfect. You know what? This would be easier out of the scale, to be honest, because we can do this. Optical confusion. What a waste. But yeah, if you guys have played Final Fantasy 15, that game is very huge open world, and the story is just happening in it, rather than a focused experience that's taking you from point to point, like 7 Remake, or kind of like how FF16 is. Oh! Oh, we're gonna need to get back in the scale. We're gonna need to get back in the scale.
Sorry to keep you guys.
Where is Lau?
Doug!
I'd have come sooner if I could. Guess this means I owe you both cocoa and chocolates, huh?
You know it.
Is Lau gonna help out in this quest at all? Oh. Are we... Oh, we have to have him on the team. I guess we'll take off HB. Yeah. Although that means he's not gonna have a scale, but hey. Oh. Ah, the game lagged and almost messed up my timing. That... What the heck? See, I need the Switch 2 version, man. Let's go ahead and start this up. We're gonna bada boom. We're gonna bada boom. We're gonna bada boom. We're gonna bada boom. And then we're gonna spam. Oh, what the heck? Oh, I wasn't close enough. Oh, this is gonna do big damage. Boom, boom, boom! Lau really didn't pull up.
These plants certainly seem to have some unique properties.
No kidding. Anyway, let's
They
meet
better
up in
not
the
start
city
playing
after I
the...
submit my report. We can split the reward, and I'll finally get you those drinks.
Copy that. Be careful.
Will do. Meet you at the cafe. I'll call Lau, too, so he can pony up as well.
It's a date.
I'm telling you, we're about to go to that cafe, and they gonna hit us with the do 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 do. I'm butchering that, but you guys know the song. If you've watched any of these episodes that have Affinity Quests, or you played this game at all, you know the song. I should 100% just fast travel back, but I have this sick disease that makes me want to fly my Skell everywhere just because I can. Especially over the water. This is so cool, dude. But yeah, it's that kind of medium middle ground that I really love in games, because FF15, again, people hate that game, is one of my favorite games of all time. And I think that's why. It hits that Xenoblade itch for me, where it's like, kind of like how MMOs are, where it's in, you know, because Xenoblade's not necessarily open world, it's technically open zone. X is full open world. I don't consider a game full open world unless there's no loading screens, like Breath of the Wild, or like Skyrim or The Witcher. But I prefer it to be open zone / open world with a focused story. And I know that's asking a lot. And I don't know how Xenoblade manages that. And FF15, well, clearly FF15 didn't manage it. That game came out so glitchy and unreleased and unfinished. Besides the point. But it's almost like having to make 2 separate games, you know? Like, that's a lot of work to make an open world and fill it with content to do, but also make a focused story. It's literally like making 2 separate games. Most companies either make an open world with a bunch of content, but the story isn't as focused and linear and locked in, like Breath of the Wild, or, and like this game, I guess, or you make a very focused game where the story is front and center, and there's not as much like side content necessarily, but the world has to be more linear and locked in for that, which sometimes is to the game's benefit, because you can, most games like that don't have day-night cycles because they want to set the time of day to whatever's happening in the story, right? Whether it's because you have to sneak in during a night mission, or, you know, just a lot of random reasons. There's a lot of reasons to set the time of day to match the story. But games like FF15 and Xenoblade, most story quests can happen at any time of day because, like I said, you're just in this world and the story is happening in it. I don't know if I'm explaining this right, but I'm sure there's people out there who get me and get what I'm saying. But yeah, long tangent, long story short, those are my favorite types of games, where they can somehow do the impossible and meet in the middle between making a focused story and an open world. Lau finally decided to show up. Look at this man. Didn't want to help when we were fighting aliens, but he's happy to come get drinks.
Hey, Lynn, listen. I hear you covered for me on a job.
I did. And it was a ton of work, too.
My bad. Look, how about I treat you to some tea to make up for it? I know a shop that sells the good stuff. Grown right here on Mira.
Wow, how exotic. Okay, you're forgiven.
Wait, what? That's all it took?
Hey, maybe next time you won't try to bribe me with chocolates like some little kid.
Who doesn't like chocolates?
Yeah, it don't matter if you're a kid or not.
Hey, what are you, a detective? I'll make it up to you as well, okay?
You better.
Any word on the results of that plant analysis, Doug?
Nope, nothing yet.
Well, I hope it's nothing serious.
You're telling me.
Not to worry. Whatever happens, Tatsu is here. And Tatsu more than happy to help friends and other pathetic sad beings who need it.
Thanks. Sorry, that's that. It just ends, and we don't figure out where Lau was. Learn Photon Saber Art Starlight Duster. Okay. I guess that's the end of this episode. Which is fine. Not every episode needs to be an hour long. I'm more than happy to end it at 30 to 40 minutes. Alright. before we end it, because I'm still thinking about this, what is another game, if you guys can think of some, and leave it in the comments, that meets that balance that I'm talking about? What's another game like Xenoblade 1, 2, and 3, and like Final Fantasy 15? Because I'm sure that there's 100% other games like that out there. I just can't think off the top of my head. Where they're very open world, have a lot of side content, a lot of side quests. There's a day-night cycle. But the story's also pretty focused. And, like, you know, not super open where it barely exists, like Breath of the Wild type beat. You know what I'm saying? And it's not like every open world game has no story. That's not what I'm saying either. X clearly has a story. Red Dead has a story. I guess that's another one, huh? That's a good example. But you know, for the most part, games that are open world like this don't tend to hone in as much. So yeah, let me know in the comments your favorite open world games with great stories, and I will see you guys in the next one, where we will be doing, I think, a couple more affinity quests. Peace out.